I try to stay away from it, but I think it's time that I drop my 2 cents on Love After Lockup, and Tasha K exposes Sam from growing up hip hop. We don't have a moment to lose. Let's get into these deets, shall we? Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Tony Michelle, aka Fat Girl Snoop, and I am here to drop my 2 cents on Love After Lockup. Now, I'm not going to go scene by scene because I think that is straight boring, but I am going to drop my 2 cents on the couples that were featured last night. Let me tell y'all something. I really tried to stay away from Love After Lockup. I mean, you know, because I always find out stuff behind the scenes beforehand. So when I see certain situations, I be calling it like BS. I be calling BS on it. But, I still watch it anyway because, I'm all for, the drama. But we're going to go couple by couple that they featured last night because I got some things to say. Okay? So let's get into it. Let's just get into it. Gosh. Man, okay, so I'm going to start with Stan and Lisa. So in case you don't watch this show, Stan is basically this old man. I think he's like in his 70s or 80s. And of course, we got Lisa. She just got out of prison. She's the prisoner. And, it's kind of like a weird dynamic. Like, honestly, like Sam, like, creeps me out. He wears this black, what they call it, like toupee. I mean, he thinks he's like this, like, what's the guy who ran Playboy? Is it Hugh Hefner? Yeah, I guess that's his name. Yeah, so, he kind of like, they try to make him seem like that he's some like rich millionaire. But based on, what I saw during the show, I'm going to call BS on that, but whatever. He really creeps me out. He creeps me out as much as Lisa's weave creeps me out, okay? I don't know where, what happened with it, but girl, if you was going to rock the micro braids, I mean, gosh, you should have went to a professional now. I'm just saying. I just don't like it. But that's near here or there. But here we have Stan over here. And to me, me watching the show, he appears to be nothing but a mere drunk. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they first introduced us to him, that's all we saw was him drinking and then going off and whatever. I mean, he did a lot of things to Lisa. Like, he basically, to me, treats her like, you need me. You just got out of prison. Like, he treats her like she's like a bad person. I mean, frankly, my truth is that he treats her like a trick. Okay, there I said it. He treats her like a trick. Okay, and they, they got pulled over by the police, and Lisa's freaking out because I believe she got like 15 felonies. Don't quote me on that, but it's around that. And, she was scared because she was fresh out of prison. And he's like, oh, no, it's all good. Just calm down and this and that. The dude, there was in basically arguing with each other. He ran the red light, but he used his, WP. If you don't know what that means, the privilege. Okay? You do the math on that. And he pulled that card. They let him go, and then because he treated her so bad, she came with, okay, I'm going to talk to you again, but I come with the list of demands. So she basically was like, I want my own place. If you want to pay for it, I want you promised me $5,000 for a car. You said you gonna give me money for the hotel that you made me go to, and blah blah blah. And he's driving. He's like, WTH. Like, she's actually putting demands on where to spend my money. So he got upset, and at this time he was sober. I don't believe this is the first episode that I didn't see Stan drinking. Now, someone correct me if I'm wrong. I have not. I don't. This is the first episode that he was not drinking. And so he wanted to take her back to the house and basically do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, well, this is basically telling him everything that she wanted. She wanted the house, the car. She wanted all. Okay, and so they make it to the house, and he is like so angry that he was basically like, go F yourself. And then he threw all her stuff, like her bag, like, she literally just had a bag, she's fresh out of jail. So he throws the bag of her stuff in an envelope. I believe it was her prison paperwork. I mean, I'm just saying that's what it looked like. He threw that out the house, and he basically told her, peace out. You're not going to talk to me like that at all. But I got a feeling, he's going to take her back. But to me, Lisa, if you go back to be playing yourself, I used to be that person. I used to, when I was with someone in the past, I was the type that, get out, throw it out, But then, I realized early on, not in my situation, but other people's situation, that when you do that, eventually that person is going to get fed up and they're going to leave your ass, okay? Bottom line. They might let you get away with it once. They may let you get away with it twice. Possibly a third time. But if it becomes repetitive, they gone. Me, it only takes once. I've never been thrown out of somebody's house. I've left, but I've never been thrown out. But it only would take one time for somebody to throw my stuff out of their house and my important paperwork out of their house. So, I'm curious to see what this is going. But yeah, my 2 cents is just to you, Lisa. Please have love or life after lockup. I heard that you are one of those that's transitioning over to life after lockup. Please have them find a hairstylist, okay? Because that wasn't it. That's not it, okay? All right. Another couple that really, really, really gave me the cringes was Anissa and Jeffrey. Now, Anissa is the older lady. She's past cougar. I don't know what that term would be. She's like a silver fox type of chick, and she loves the young meat, okay? So she hooked up with this guy. His name is Jeffrey. And Jeffrey actually stood her up, not once when he got out of jail, but twice. And, she's been giving him money. Like, she's basically his payola. You know what I'm saying? So, he stood her up twice. And this, we meet her in this new season, and she's picking him up again for the third time. And she wasn't even sure if this man was going to, show up. But he did. He showed up. And, in my opinion, he was ducking and dodging her. Okay. It is what it is. He was ducking and dodging her. And, she did pick him up, take him to the halfway house. He was ducking and dodging her there too. And, it's just, she's still paying his way. I believe he asked her for, she was picking him up because she wanted to do the do. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to get that piece of young meat. And then he called her. He's like, oh, well, my parole officer or whoever it is, they don't have time to put my ankle monitor on. So I can't meet you today. But can I have $100? Now, okay, so what do you need, Jeffrey, in the halfway house for $100? Because, I mean, I've been, in it. I put it to you this way. I had the experience with the commissary, okay? And I know $100 that will last somebody in there a few months. Now, I don't know if the halfway house is the same as in the Slammer. I'm just saying, what do you need $100 for in the halfway house? But hey, Anessa, she gave it to him or whatever. All she really wants is the eggplant. Okay, she wants the eggplant. That's all she wants. She wants the eggplant. So finally, this episode, they finally got together. Okay, they, that's all she was talking about. I mean, was the sex. That's all she wanted. That's it. So they finally get back to the house, and she shows him around. And as soon as he sits down in the living room, they're about to talk. And she's like, "Look, hey, I don't know what you here for, but I know why you here. Let's do what it do." He's like, "Damn, already?" She's like, "Yeah." So she pounces on it, and then we find out that Jeffrey has a secret. He told us that he's been dealing with more than one woman. Like, she's not the only woman that he's been dealing with. Now, he claims that he still keeps in touch with them, but it was no sexual stuff going on because he was trying to remain faithful to Anessa. I call BS on that. I do not believe that. So lo and behold, they finally do the adult tango, and she was like so she was happy. She felt complete, and little does she know that he's about to drop this big bombshell. But it kind of ended off whack to me because he told her best friend, who also lives on their property, who we also found out that he just got out of prison. Well, he's been out for quite some time, but that's how they met, that he was in prison. He is a younger guy too. I mean, my 2 cents is, it's just, my mind is just going like, did she have some type of relationship with that young guy too, her supposedly neighbor that lives on the same property, but things just didn't work out because he seems a little bit too much in her business. Just a tad for a neighbor. I mean, she cooks breakfast for him and everything. So, Jeffrey ends up telling her neighbor the secret, and then I guess next week you're gonna find out what the secret is. I don't know. Did he relapse? I don't know. But he's wearing an ankle monitor too. So that's what happened. Oh, and then one more thing, Anessa. I mean, I'm sorry. I got a thing about teeth, okay? Okay. I have a thing about teeth. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Oh God. Go watch the show for yourself to see what I'm talking about, okay? All right, so let's move on to, oh my gosh. Let's talk about Courtney and Josh. Now, Courtney, I don't know. So, Josh just got out of prison, okay? You lost your job because you were a correctional officer in the prison that Josh was in. You lost your job. You lost your benefits. You lost everything, okay? Including your freedom. And how does this man pay you back? By laying around in your house that I'm sure you're struggling to pay rent on. And he's sitting there playing games all day from sun up to sundown. So now the honeymoon phase is over because you guys been quarantined for 14 days. So you wanted to make yourself feel better. And how did you do that? You went wedding dress shopping. You went wedding dress shopping to marry a man that after that, you know, that even though you guys are married, because you're still having your issues in the legal system and he's still on papers, so you guys can't live together for 3 years. 3 years. So to make yourself feel better, okay, instead of telling him to get up off his and get a job, get up off your and go sign some applications online, get your and Google who hires felons. But you want to run to the wedding shop and try on dresses with a man that you know is not interested in that. I don't see that he wants to marry you. And you risk it all. Everything. I don't know. I mean, that's it's just my 2 cents. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. These are just my 2 cents. Courtney, I don't know. And then you're telling your friend comes in and helps you out. You telling your friend the same ish, and your friend is looking at you crazy like, I know. I don't get it. Why are these women on this show rushed to get married to these mother suckers? Why? Anessa and Jeffrey, when you was telling him about the flowers, did y'all see the way he rolled his eyes? He was just like, it's ridiculous. Instead of you going, get your nails done, get your toes done, get your hair done, do something for you to make you feel better, because you got to come home to this playing games, run up your light bill, and you out there wearing dress shopping. I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. Oh, boy, I tell you, breathe. I gotta breathe. See, this is why I don't like to talk about reality shows, so to speak, because I hear stuff behind the scenes and it's just like, it makes me not interested I watch it anyway, so you guys don't have to, but it makes me not really interested in it, if that makes any sense. And this other couple I'm about to talk about, listen, Brittany and Ray, like I said, I don't know why these women are rushing to get married to these guys. I mean, this girl, Brittany, this woman, you lied to your family about when Ray was getting out. Then you lied about where he was staying. Then you lied to him and said that your family was so happy about him getting out. It's just lie after lie after lie after lie. You know what? I'm with the grandmother on this one. Especially after you said how happy you were that he was going to be paroled to your house and he couldn't go anywhere. he's under house arrest. And you was just beaming, smiling about how happy you were that you knew where he was going to be at 24/7, and he was going to be up under you 24/7. So Ray finally gets out the halfway house. She picks him up from the halfway house. Then the grandmother shows up. And she wasn't expecting it. So here she is, so scared. Oh my God. Is he going to go back with his grandmother? Is he not going to come with me? But the grandmother's like, listen, I don't have to make an appointment to see my grandson. I'm pulling up. So Ray gets out of the halfway house. He runs out. She runs, kisses him and whatnot. He's shocked to see his grandmother there. And his grandmother was like, I just want to see your face. That's all. I just want to see your face. So the grandmother was like, I'm gonna keep my eye out on her. Because like we want to know, why is she so damn happy that he's getting paroled? So he's going from a prison to a halfway house to another prison. That's where he's going. Because he can't go nowhere. And the other thing that ticked me off about Brittany, y'all pull up to your house and you're going to say, oh, this is your house. Do you like your house? You know damn well that ain't his house. He know damn well that ain't his house. And then y'all come through the door and here's a a little puppy, a dog or whatever, and you're like, oh, daddy's home. Daddy's home. It's time to play. So no minute walking away. I said, daddy's home for me. Get out of here, Brittany. So I guess she thought that, Ray was going to be all over her, because, she's a snack. She thought that Ray was going to be like, But then he shared with us, it's been, 4 or 5 years since he's been with a female? So he felt like his game was a little off. But I'm telling y'all, that stare in the room when they were just sitting there on the bed, at the edge of the bed, like it was just so awkward. It was just so awkward. Like, I have to see more of Brittany. But for right now, I ain't feeling it, Britt. I ain't feeling it. Thirsty. If you're thirsty, you can get one of my water bottles on my website, Phatgyrlsnoop.com. It's coming off a little thirsty, a little needy. And I don't know why, because you are a successful, beautiful woman. So I don't understand you wanting to be with someone who's still trying to get their own ish together. And I guarantee after I give this like a week. I hope in the next few episodes they show. I don't hope, but I hope I'm right. Because all day, every day, I gotta wake up to see you, go to sleep and see you all day, every day. I can't even go out to, the farthest I think you can go is the backyard and the front yard. That's it. Like, I don't know. But I'm just going to leave it like that. Grandma, I'm watching her too. I'm watching these two. All right. And last but certainly not least, Doante and Nicole. Now, Doante, I got a message for you. And I love you. And me and you, we follow each other on social media. You know, I told you you need to get that spinoff show. Okay? You need to get that spinoff show. That dating spinoff show. But I'm kind of mad at you, Doante. I'm kind of mad at you. You told us that you didn't have a type. I've been watching your lives, Doante. I just, you know, I'm snooping, Doante. You told us you didn't have a type. Because, yeah, the show makes it seem like you like the, you know, the light and bright, okay? And you like the Christinas, the Britneys, you know. But you told us that you didn't have a type. But your mother proved that you have a type. Now I'm going to get to that in a minute. I don't understand who Nicole thinks she is. I mean, baby girl got her hair did. She got them nails did. She got them new clothes. She got that cash from Doante. You know what I'm saying? She's getting, you know, lingerie. All of that. This whole time, you know, she barely wanted Doante to touch her. Because she has anxiety. She hasn't been with a man in 4 years. Doante, to me, and this is just me, you know, I really try not to get personal with the people that, you know, from these shows. I like to just watch it, you know, just watch them. And, you know, Doante really seems like a genuine dude. He really seems like a genuine dude. I just don't like the way we TV chop and screw stuff. I don't like the way that they're portraying Doante. And that's just my 2 cents. First of all, Nicole, you're not a trophy. You're not. Take that weave out. Get out them clothes. Take off your nails. What you got? What you got? From what I understand, there's a reason why you two are going over to the life after lockup. Now, Doante, get them weed checks. Get them weed checks, Doante. I'm not mad at you at that. But from what I understand, the only reason why that you two are going to BTV is because she has some type of connection with Lacey. You know, Lacey and Sean from Lockup. Apparently, allegedly, her and Lacey used to be strippers together. Allegedly. I mean, I saw the pictures, but I'm just going to say allegedly to cover my own ass. Now, she's at Dante's house, okay? They're about to have to sit down with him and his mother. Them three have a sit down. And they're making salad. I mean, they're like, preparing the stuff. And, I have to admit, Dante's house is very clean. It's very well kept. And that is his house because I do watch his lives. So that is where he lives at. It's very clean. It's very tidy. Kudos to Doante for that. I love that, okay? But Nicole's talking real greasy to you, man. Like, real greasy. Real greasy. As she's taking salad, like, the salad that come in the bag, I didn't even see her wash the shit. She like puts her hands in it and then like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got nails too, and I don't do that. People gotta eat that. We need COVID time. We in COVID times. So she basically tells him, I don't want to meet your mother. What? You don't want to meet my mother? She would have been gone. And she had the audacity to tell you, hey, you know, my mother or your mother could only stay for such and such time and she gotta go. I mean, who paid the rent up in here? That's strike two. That's strike two. But Doante was like, oh no, yes. She's only gonna, stay and eat for a little bit, and then she goes. And she's like, and she'll leave. And I tell her to leave, and she's like, oh, you promise? And Doante was like, I promise. I mean, come on, what? My dudes, for this chick, Doante, come on, Doante. Then you have the nerve to say, Nicole, you in this man's house, and then you're going to say, oh, today is my ex-girlfriend's birthday, and so I'm going to call her and tell her happy birthday. And she does. And she's on the phone with her ex, who I think she's still, she got married. Real time, she's married, allegedly. Oh, I hate saying allegedly. But supposedly she's married to this girl, like, right now. And this girl was like her ex-prison mate. But Doante, as I said, get them weed checks. Get them checks as long as you can get it. In my opinion, they should give you a reality show. I mean, your own reality show as like a dating show. I really feel like they should give you a dating show. You know what I'm saying? But so Dante's mom finally comes, and she sees right through Nicole, and she asks Nicole, "Why do you love my son?" And Nicole was like, because he raised such a good man. He's so this, he's so that. And the mother's like, I know. I gave birth to that mole. That's my son. I know what I raised. But why do you love him? And she's like, I do love your son. I love your son. And his mother was like, no, you love what my son could do for you. That's what you love. And she was like, no, I really do love your son. So she was basically like, well, why my son ain't here yet? You haven't been with someone for 4 years. Why my son ain't here yet? And she's like, oh, because I got anxiety, and I'm scared and this and that. And his mom was like, but you're not scared of asking for no money? My son gave you all this money, these clothes, got your hair done, did whatever. Because he wears his heart on his sleeve, and that's why I protect him. My son has a sex toy he calls Nicole Jr. It's like this high. It's like a little body. I'm not lying. You gotta go watch the show, okay? So, I mean, and then he washes it in his dishwasher, okay? True story. Check out the show. Okay, so his mother was like, what? Like, you not scared to ask him for no money? You don't have anxiety there? And, and Doante, what really ticked me off about Doante is he sits there and turns to his mother and says, he gave the speech like, look, man, this is the woman that I love, this gonna be the mother of my children someday. And if you don't accept her, you don't accept me. And his mom wanted to be like, boy, they probably edit that out. We TV probably Doante would have been like just coming back to life, like but my beef with Doante is not, well, it's not a beef. Doante, you know, I love you. I really do. I really do. And I'm hoping that you use BTV just as much as they're using you, in my opinion. And it's just my opinion, because you know everything that's going on. And I believe your mom. You do wear your heart on your sleeve. But I got something to say to you, Doante. Hold on. Doante, don't come at your mother like that again on national TV. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. And on top of that, you lied to us, to the fans. I'm a fan, Doante. You told us that you didn't have a type, but thanks to your mother, we know that you do have a type. Prison chicks, prison snow bunnies. Doante, I'm just calling a spade, and I love you, but you lied to me. 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 Your mother said you like blonde, bimbo, stripper looking chicks. That's your thing. Snow bunnies. That was her words. Well, not the snow bunny part, but you know, that you like, you know, that's your type. That's your type. But I still love you, Doante. I still love you, and I'm going to be watching. I'm going to continue to be watching. Get them WeChecks, bruh. Get them WeChecks. Okay, but let's get into some things. But yeah, Love After Lockup. Oh gosh, I just can't wait till next. I don't know, Doante. I want to know, you know, did she really leave you at the altar? Like, what is this life after lockup situationship if allegedly she left you at the altar and she's married to somebody else, allegedly, in real time? But and you know what, Doante? I was rooting for you when you finally stood up for yourself after she basically went into your bedroom to call her ex-girlfriend to tell her happy birthday. She's basically in your room talking about you, telling this girl how much she does not want to be over there, and how you know she wishes that she was over there to take care of her because apparently the girl was sick, and she was talking all this type of trash in your house, and the only thing that you was mumbling was, oh, that was me, I couldn't, you know, call my exes or whatever. But you know, I was actually so proud of you when you went back there and then you took up for yourself and you stood your ground and you basically told her, you know, if you don't like it, you don't get to stepping. I mean, I was like so proud of you until, oh, not to mention the fact that she was like snooping around in your bedroom as she was talking to her ex, and she found your sex toy. She she was on the phone telling her ex-girlfriend how disgusting that she thought you was and how creepy that she thought you was and how she wanted to just leave. And when you put your foot down, I thought that was the end of it, but no, that was not the end of it. And you still let her act like she ran ish. That's what really ticked me off about you, Doante. I mean, I was like, yes, he finally like dug in her shit, and boom, she's still around. She's still around. And another problem I had, Doante, is when you was dropping her off home and she gave you the excuse, because you always walk her to the door apparently, and she gave you the excuse that she didn't want you to walk her to the door because she didn't want the dogs to wake her mother up and blah blah blah, and you actually believed her. But as you was leaving, you know, I guess your sixth sense told you to turn around. And I was like, okay, now Dante's about to creep up on this girl and about to catch her. You know, but Doante, you did it all wrong. You gonna pull up as she was walking to the car that came and got her, you know, at the house. We don't know if it was an Uber. We don't know if it was actually the ex-girlfriend. We don't know because the episode cut off. But Doante, you were supposed to wait to see what happens, and then you creep up on her. And if that was the ex-girlfriend, then you creep up on her. Or if that was an Uber, you follow her ass to the destination that she's going to, and then that's how you get her. Doante, I gotta teach you some snooping game, buddy. Anyway, let's get into some Tay. All right. Shout out to Tasha K. Now, I know there are those out there that don't like her, okay? And there may be, though, I think she's being sued by, Cardi B still? I'm not sure. A lot of people say, you know, she starts shit. I'm all for it. I'm all for the shits and giggles. Love it. But I have no problem with Tasha K. And I'm not trying to have a problem with Tasha K. So don't drag me with you know. I may not catch her stuff all the time. And this was just by chance, because when I saw the title that she was interviewing Egypt, Criss, and Sam, her husband. See, I'm going to hip hop. Pepper's daughter. That's Pepper's daughter. Pepper and Tretch from Naughty by Nature. That's their daughter behind me. So when I saw that she was interviewing them, I was like, why? Because, you know, I don't talk about growing up hip hop because I feel like it's all staged. I feel like the storylines are pretty much watered down. They try very hard. Angela Simmons is not interesting to me. She's beautiful. I'd rather see what Vanessa's doing, because Vanessa seems to be like in the mix. Angela doesn't really share anything about her life. She only makes cameos. I don't really care about JoJo. I like JoJo, but you know, JoJo's coming off as this gangster Grizzy. He's coming off of like DJ drama-ish, okay? And after I saw JoJo getting pimped up by them real gangsters on the street, you know, I'm like, come on, really? Like, really? I do like Lil Twist, but he wasn't really on there too much. I love Brianna, but I really feel like, you know, the storylines are like watered down. I feel like Pep is just there, you know, for, you know, the scenes. I could go on and on and on, but I just feel like it's kind of corny. the growing up hip hop thing, but I just watch it for the shits and giggles. But when I saw that Tasha K was interviewing these two, I was just like, but I clicked on it because I was doing multitasking. And the interview started like really like good. She asked them, their background. She asked Egypt what her background was. She asked Sam what his background was. And, at first, Sam was saying, they, growing up hip hop, they edit a lot of stuff. They make it seem like I'm just, riding on Egypt's coattail and this and that, and I've always had my own and this and that, and so in true Sam fashion, even on the show, it just seemed like Sam was riding Egypt and still is to me, and that's just my opinion. And because he kept talking over Egypt. He kept cutting Egypt off. It was basically Sam's interview. And you could tell Tasha was getting annoyed a little bit. So, on the show, Sam let the world know that he was with a transgender. And he left us all thinking like, oh my God, is he bi? Is he this? And he's that. He has his OnlyFans page. I'm not going to register. I'm not going to sign up for that. But, for what I understand, like he's naked in thongs. He does weird shit naked. But I heard he makes the coin from the OnlyFans. But it just creeped me out that Sam was acting the way he was acting. He just kept cutting the girl off. Egypt couldn't really get her point across. Egypt to me, it's like blink, like get out, like Egypt, if you need help, blink twice. Type shit. So, smooth interview. Everything was going good. Tasha then brought up the fact, about the trans. And Sam was like, oh, he was ready to talk. He was like, oh, well, I'm glad you found, you brought this up because I've been waiting 3 years to talk about this and this and that. And then he goes, well, that stuff happened when I was younger, when I was experimenting, before, I got with Egypt. Egypt knows all about it and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And Tasha was like, really? Did you know it was a man? And he was like, well, not at first, but once we was getting down, my thing was already, my man was already, ready to go. So I just finished the deal. So Tasha was like, wow, so did you have, did you get down? Like the adult tango? And he was like, well, yeah, that's what I meant when I said that. So then Tasha was like, Egypt, do y'all all participate in that? And, and she was like, Egypt, get your phone. Tasha started with the phone. Started to you got your phone with you? I'm about to send you something. Started sending Egypt, I guess, pictures of Sam and this transgender that were together recently. And Sam is like, she said, is that you? And Sam was like, yes, me. But, people take stuff off my OnlyFans all the time. And Tasha was like, nah, this was last month. Stop sending. So Sam was like, oh, well, Egypt, that kind of stuff happened to you too, like that stuff, you also um, receive stuff like that and this and that. And Egypt was like, yeah, I do receive stuff like that. Like they all come at me like, oh, I remember when I, what I'm saying, gave him a little bit of fellatio. And she's like, I basically run the social media pages. And Tasha was like, so you were the one that was talking to this transgender? I mean, when I tell y'all, Sam was talking throughout the whole interview. When Tasha K started with the receipts, Sam was quiet. Okay? Sam tried to shut it down. Tasha started to send Egypt the actual text messages that, or through the DMs, like Snapchat, and I believe it was Snapchat and Instagram, of Sam actually talking to, the transgender woman. And the crazy part is that Tasha was not going to air the interview. Okay, I mean, she was, how Tasha does. She was just going, cause like she got the tea from the transgender woman named Mia first. And, she could have just released it. But behind the scenes, I guess they were telling her, like, no, this is, you need to talk to Egypt and Sam about it first before you release it. And so she was like, oh, well, you need to talk to Egypt first before you release it. So she was like, fine, I'll talk to Egypt. And, and then, of course, Sam. And that's how that interview came about. But by the time Tasha talked to them, she already did the interview with the transgender female named Mia. I'm going to bring her up in a second. But so Sam was like in such shock. He was like, are we really about to talk about this right now? Then he threatened to sue her. And Tasha was like, you can't sue me if it's true. Because he was like, you're not going to air this. If you air this interview, I'm going to make sure YouTube shut it down. I'm going to make sure that my lawyers are all over it. And Tasha was like, bring it on. Hey, it's not her first lawsuit. Probably won't be her last lawsuit. Because, she comes with that tay-tay. Sometimes she comes with a tea that I don't even want to touch. But because Sam already came out to the world and said that he was with a transgender woman, I'm touching on this one, okay? Okay? Egypt, come on, girl. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. Egypt looked like a deer in freaking headlights, okay? She looked so shocked. Sam was like, oh, this is my business. If I wanted somebody to know, I would let them know. He got mad that Tasha, pretty much exposed him live on YouTube last night in front of hundreds of thousands of people that were watching her live. Right there. She said she did it because she wanted to show Egypt, hey, you're better than this. This guy is just using you. It's so weird. It's like he has some type of spell on her and she can't break it. But what's really crazy is Peppa is down with this. And Tretch is down with this. But then again, oh, and let me not forget, the trans lives in the same city as Egypt and Sam. Because, they stay with Peppa, who is still doing their salt and pepper residency in Las Vegas. So that's why they're there. She's living with her mom, and Sam is living up under her. My thing is, if you make six figures, there is no reason why a 28-year-old man, that's how old he is, 28-year-old man, if you make six figures, why are you still up under Pepper's house? Y'all could have found an apartment somewhere, a condo. You guys get the We TV must not be paying y'all ish. I'm sorry. Angela must be getting all that money. At the end of the day, Sam had he's the most controversial person on the show. They try to make him seem like he's a bad guy, but Sam, we all know that the producers and the editors, they chop and screw, but they can't chop and screw something that's not there. Like the way you was talking to TT husband, you would have thought that you were like the co-founder of the family, the root of the family. Egypt, you are giving him too much. I don't know if you guys are married now, but I wouldn't get married to Sam. Sam is going to... I'm going to leave that alone because, Sam, I don't want you to sue me. I don't want you to try to take my chance. I'm just telling you what I saw. And honestly, Tasha K could have really just dropped that tea and not tell you guys nothing, but I'm sure she wanted those kick-ass views for putting you on the spot. And you had the nerve to say that you came up with the story that you did all what you did when you were younger, and then you completely have been with Egypt. That's it. But when she caught you on the lie, all of a sudden you want to stop the interview. He actually stopped it. He hung up in the middle of the interview. I mean, towards the end. He said, "Oh, this is over. This conversation is over." Egypt, if you need help, hit my line. Hit my line. But let me show you guys Mia. And she's not bad looking at all. I think she's cute. Probably the screenshot I got doesn't make her look cute. Oh no, I got her. But that's Mia. That's Mia. That's the one that Sam slept with. She said that she saw his page, on the Explore page, saw him in the thong. She hits him up. He then hits her up. They meet up. They get down. She said that Sam gave her fellatio. And that's his business. But don't be trying to lie to us, Sam. You're right. What y'all do in y'all bedroom is y'all business. But when you make it our business and you tell us, oh, this all happened when you were younger, and you lie about it, that's when we can't respect you, Sam. In Egypt, if you love him how he is, that is fine. But stop taking up for Sam. Let him be accountable for the things that he's done. You seem a little lost. And you're so beautiful and you're so talented, but you seem like you are a little lost. But I do love your free spirit. I think she is so beautiful. But yeah, so, Tasha asked, did he buy you gifts? She said no. All he did was take me out to dinner, buy me some drinks. She did say there was no feelings between these two. It just is what it was. It was just to get down. And, and Sam wanted more. He wanted more. And she sent Tasha all the receipts. It was juicy. It was so juicy. Speaking of juicy, I think I want me a turkey burger later. Anybody eat turkey burgers? Oh, you cannot make this stuff up. Oh, she said that Mia, who was like a rapper of some sort, she said she didn't know who Sam was. She said that she knew something was fishy about him, and she saw that he was verified, so she did her own research, found out about Egypt, but the thing about that is that she still messed with him. And she was like, well, they ain't married. So it was what it was. I'm really shocked that, I don't know, maybe Pep feels sorry for Sam because Sam is like a lost soul. I don't know. But just be truthful about your ish. If you was truthful about your ish, we wouldn't be in your ish. In my opinion. And that is my time for today, people. Let me know your 2 cents on last night's episode of Love After Lockup. Do you think that Doante is getting played, or is he just playing with TV and getting them checks? And what about Tasha K exposing Sam off of it's all these love and hip hops and growing up hip hops and little hip bops and what about this? See, I ain't doing it. But what did you guys think about Tasha K exposing Sam the way she did? Was she trying to be a little shady, or was she trying to protect Egypt? What was her name again? Or maybe it's just a little of both. And remember, you can catch me every day on here on my YouTube channel. Please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, because it does a lot for my videos. And as I always say, I'm trying to make it out here in these YouTube streets, and I cannot do that without you. And you can always catch me on my website, Phatgyrlsnoop.co, where you can buy this merch, you can buy this. I have all kind of stuff on there that you will like. Remember, Phatgyrlsnoop.co, drop the M, no longer .com. And remember, my snoopers, that is PHAT, as in pretty, hot, and tempting. You guys go out there and enjoy your weekend. I'm out.